Welcome back to Sadler of Nails. I guess butterfly nails are trending again, so I filmed a tutorial on how to do this design. The last time I did these was probably in 2012, so let's get started. As always, I prep my nails with Young Nails Protein Bond. This just makes sure that your gel polish doesn't chip off the nails. There are other ways you can prep your nails, but for me, this is the most efficient and effective. So that is all I do. I just brush on the Young Nails Protein Bond, and then I go in with my gel polish. And for the base coat, I'm just using this. It's like a sheer glittery color called Cream Silk by Madame Glam. And this is just an kind of like an opaque base, basically, so that the next two colors show up a little bit better. You could just use a white base. I decided to do this one because I like the little bit of glitter that's in it. And now for the little bit of a kind of a gradient. I don't know. I'm using these like pearlescent polishes from Madame Glam. This first one is called Lioness, and I'm just applying that one from the cuticle halfway down the nail. And for this video, I am going to be painting both the nails because I wanted to show you the butterfly wing, like both sides of the wing, basically. There's so many different ways you can do these nails. This is just the way that I prefer. And then the next color we're coming in with is Goddess. I have not cured anything yet. Obviously the base coat is cured, but I have not cured the orange yet because we are going to then use my long fine liner brush from Madame Glam and just kind of swirl the colors together. And I did struggle at first, as you can see here. Sometimes you just kind of got to get the jitters out, and then as you go, things start moving a little bit smoother. So we're just swirling the pearl pigment around, basically, to make this really neat, like reflective, swirly effect on the nail, because butterflies, their wings, kind of reflect in the sun. So that's just what I'm trying to recreate here. So I'm just doing the other nail, and then when you're satisfied, you're going to cure it. And then I decided I wanted it to be a little bit more opaque. It was a little bit too sheer at first, so I'm coming in again with the same polishes, and I'm doing the exact same thing. And then because they're sheer, it's kind of cool because you can kind of see the swirls you did underneath, and then it makes this neat layered effect, which is really cool. Honestly, guys, play around with your polishes and just like see what effects you can create, and always record it and always post it, and who knows, maybe you'll go viral. I don't know. But anyways, it's always fun to try new things. And I just really like the way these polishes just blend seamlessly together. So it looks kind of like it looks like an ombre to me, with some swirliness. And after I've cured that, I'm now going to come in with my Madame Glam Gel Play Black and use the Madame Glam Ultra Liner brush to paint in the details of the wings. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little dot. This is going to be my little center point where they're like teardrops is what I would say. And that's where they're all going to meet. And this is hand painting, so always anchor that pinky. You can see how my pinky is kind of anchored there, and it helps you stabilize your brush. And the reason I'm using the ultra thin brush is so that the lines don't get too thick. I mean, your lines can only get as thick as your brush is. So if you use a really, really thin brush, you'll get some pretty thin lines. So after the first teardrop, I then do a smaller teardrop on the one side of it, And then you're just going to want to blend it in there so you don't have any like harsh lines. That you want these teardrops to blend seamlessly into each other. So you can see here, I'm just trying to even it out. And then in between, you do some smaller teardrops, as you can see here. And then again, I'm just blending out any spots so that the teardrops come to a nice point. Now on the other side of the large teardrop, I'm going to do another pretty big teardrop. You're kind of doing like a flower shape, but you want the 2 teardrops on the sides of your main one to be like almost half the size. You can see if you make them all the same size, it looks funny. So you definitely want to do the 2 on the sides of your main teardrop like a lot shorter, and then that's how you get the wing look, or else it can look funny. Okay, trust me, I did it before and it looked crazy. I was like, what did I do wrong here? And I definitely had to look at a bunch of photos to get it right. So now again, in between, I'm just doing a bunch of smaller teardrops, and this part I was like, what do I do here? But I just kind of made it work. I did just make a thicker black part in between. And yeah, so I cured that, and then now I'm going to do the other nail, and I'm going to try to make this one like symmetrical, because butterflies are symmetrical on both sides. So I attempt that. So here we go. I'm painting the main teardrop, the big one down the center. And then for this nail, I did it, I didn't paint it in the same order. So I did the big one, and then I did the 2 smaller ones at the side. So you can see here, it needs to be a lot shorter. Make sure your teardrops on the side are a lot shorter than your first one. And then continue on. I think this is the easiest way. Go with this nail. Do your main teardrops first, and then come in with the smaller ones in between, so that you don't confuse yourself. So that's what I did with this nail. You can see here I'm doing the final teardrop, main teardrop I should say, about a little bit shorter than the one in the middle. And then now I'm coming in and I'm doing the smaller teardrops in between. And I think if you're going to do these nails, then definitely do it in this order, so that you don't confuse yourself, because they can just end up looking like a bunch of circles, honestly, and not butterfly wings. So yeah. So here we go. I'm just filling in the final teardrops here. I'm trying to make it as symmetrical as I can. And then I'm going to cure that, and then fill in the rest with some black gel polish. I didn't want to fill it in with the black gel paint because sometimes the gel paint, because it's so pigmented, it can sometimes be hard to cure it all the way through if you do like thick patches of it. So that's why I decided to fill in the rest with some black gel polish. And I am using the Ugly Duckling black for this. I will have all of the products I use listed in the description. So if you miss anything, just go to the description and I'll have everything that I used listed there. So I feel like when you fill it in, that's when you start to really get the like butterfly look. Nail art, just art in general, is so funny. It's really it's like it's a real trust the process type of thing, because things can look a little bit crazy until you get to the very end, which can also be discouraging. So just honestly, just keep going. There have been some times where I'm like doing a nail set and I'm just like, oh my God, this thing looks crazy. And then you get to the end, you get to the top coat and you're just like, oh, they look absolutely gorgeous. So after I cured the black, this is the final part that really brings it all together. The white dots on the black tips. And again, this is Ugly Ducklings white, so pigmented. I love it. And then I'm just using a dotting tool and I'm just applying different amounts of pressure basically to get different size dots. So you can see I'm using the same dotting tool for the different sizes. You just like tap heavier or tap lighter to get a big dot or a little dot. If you don't have the skill to like do that, then by all means use like different size dotting tools. Usually when you buy a kit of dotting tools, they come in various different sizes. You get like at least 5 different sizes. So, you know, if you can't do the different sizes with one, then obviously use 2 different ones. And then once you've cured that, you come in with your top coat, and I would definitely recommend a glossy top coat for this versus a matte, because I mean, you want to see the shimmer, right, of the pearl underneath. But hey, do what you prefer. Okay, you could do a mix of matte and glossy. That would be super cool too. But I am using my Madame Glam's no wipe top coat, which I love. I find that it's a little bit thicker though. Has anybody used this top coat? Do you find that they're producing it thicker now, or is it just because it was winter when I was receiving it? I don't know. They seem thick now, but I like it. I like it thicker. It's not as runny, and it just gives, I don't know, it just gives a nice coating over your nails. So now we're just going to top coat the second nail. And yeah, what do you guys think? Please comment down below. Let me know if you liked this tutorial. Let me know if there's any other tutorials you would like me to do and show you. Even if I don't know how to do it, I'll research it and figure it out and test things out. Yeah, so you get the best results. So please like and subscribe to my channel and let me know what you think.